Do you feel lost right now? Even after reading tons of self-help books, going to workshops, doing techniques and so on? Well, my mom was feeling like that. And she is someone which spent a lot of her life doing certain kinds of things like that. But still, something was missing. Something was kind of unclear about what she could do next. And since I happen to be a Kabbalah adept, I know quite a few divination techniques, like different astrologies, numerologies, and so on and so forth. The only thing is she was feeling a bit unsure about her birth date, if it was actually accurate. So first thing I did was go through her name then. We can do some gematria. So the gematria is basically the numerology of the name. And then I showed her there's quite a few things that we can go upon and it would be sufficient. It's already a pretty complete system. Some things started to click, but still, we could go deeper. So I decided to do her numerology, her birth date numerology. We get the date she was born and the life path, which is the sum of all the numbers. Now here is where it starts getting interesting, because we start to see very similar themes on her birth date and her name, even though apparently they are not connected, right? Okay, we keep going, and now I go look into her Mayan astrology, which I find it's very interesting, even though it's simpler than Western astrology. I really like this guy's system, Kenneth Johnson, because it's very related to Kabbalah. And then again, the similarities start to appear. I continued on Western astrology, which I just spent a little bit of time explaining her ascendant, but still, again, a lot of similarities and a lot of clarity. So my point is, all of those things, those tools, are trying to give you a map, okay? The map is not the territory, but it's gonna show you a lot of things and it can help you move forward. You gotta do the work still. You gotta, reflect and think about it, how it affects you and how can you better leverage the software you have, let's call this, and how you can transcend it even. You should not be bound by it, but transcend it. So I said to her, okay, given we talked a lot about you, try paying attention to your dreams today. Maybe you get some even more answers. And you're not gonna believe what happened next. We said goodbye, she was going to sleep, and then suddenly I heard like a bang, a very heavy sound, which at first I thought it was her. But then I came to the living room and we found out this, out of nowhere. Say hi to him. So basically this was supposed to be here, right? And for some strange reason, it was just on the ground. Well, it is very interesting that this is basically talking about a guy in a horse and her sun is in Sagittarius. She has a lot of leadership things on her numerology and so on. So yeah. Also the explanations here were very synchronistic to a lot of the things she likes. But my point is not that poltergeists are real or whatever, but more so when you start making the questions, the answers appear. Be it through a strange coincidence that things fall apart and you take a look at them, or dreams that you may have, or people that talk to you about certain stuff. Just start looking for things and they appear. So if you feel like things are not so clear right now, start looking for answers. I'm sure they will appear in no time.